My name's Jessica Peeling. I'm from Vancouver.
And how did you find yourself in this community?
Well, I came out to Victoria to go to treatment and then met a guy while I was in treatment and decided to leave my sober house where I was. And next thing you know, I'm with all my bags standing at the McDonald's on Pandora and in a city where I didn't know anyone, I'm not from, and yeah, and then things just kind of went from there. I used to have a place in Oak Bay, and then again met another guy. Decided to I didn't want to be have a place and have a boyfriend that was homeless, so I let him move in with me, and then he just kind of ruined that, and I just kept kind of putting my trust into people that I shouldn't really trust, and yeah. And then I just started bouncing around from place to place and just kind of kept getting taken advantage of, every single time. I either, one time I even had a couple where I was, 16, try to, claim guardianship of me to get a check every month. Things haven't really been easy, and so I just kind of moved around from place to place out here. I've had, someone, say they were going to help me with my CERB checks and then, get all the money deposited into their account. I just haven't met the greatest people out here. So.
Do you have someone that you can trust in this camp that you can...
I do. We have a bit of a weird past. They, ended up holding a knife up to me over $13, but, it's all this, just... I don't know, it seems like everyone in my life has usually, done something or other to me at some point in time, but it's I don't really have a lot of people out here that I can trust or talk to, and so I ended up just getting over it.
Someone held a knife to you?
Yeah.
$13?
Yeah. Yeah, walked me down the street, and then, the police stopped us, and, yeah.
Has it been better in this community than at Central Park?
I'd say so. There's a lot, I see a lot more. There's the warming tent, and it's, you're noticed a lot more here. At Central, it's just, Bilo would come by in the mornings, and luckily I'd get to see you from time to time, which is cool. But here it's, people know who's living here and who's not, and so there's a lot more opportunity to, get in touch with, housing workers or, just people that can actually, help.
So you feel like you're more connected to services?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how does it make you feel when you hear that the mayor and the Minister of Housing / Attorney General are trying to make sure that everyone in Victoria and in the parks are going to be offered shelter by March 31st?
I would say I'd feel good about it if I knew it was actually going to happen, but, stuff gets said all the time, and it never does.
And if you were offered a spot at the arena, would you take it?
Honestly, I don't understand with this whole COVID thing, how they say that they're going to put everyone in an arena when everyone's like, oh, social distancing, and it's so let's shove everyone who's not in anyone's bubble into an arena together, and let's see how that turns out. I don't want to end up in an arena with a bunch of other people and get moved around from a spot where at least I kind of have my own place. Exactly, it would have been nice to be inside somewhere now. It's oh great, by the time we actually get housed somewhere, it's going to be sunny, and I don't want to be outside half the time anyways.
Yeah. Do you feel comfortable talking to me about your family, your childhood?
Yeah. I grew up out in Langley. My parents split up when I was 6, and so I had me, my twin brother, and my sister. My mom moved in with my grandparents, and they pretty much raised me. My mom wasn't around pretty much a whole lot, and they all drank, and they're pretty bad alcoholics, and yeah, it was hard. Half the time I felt like I was more of a parent to my mom. I remember being 13 and being at a friend's place and going home because I had to check on my mom, and sitting in bed with her while she cried because one of her boyfriends broke up with her, and me and my mom just fought all the time, and I was kind of the black sheep of the family. Yeah, it was hard.
Are you still in touch with your grandparents?
Both of them have passed away now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you're trying to stay in touch with your mom?
Trying to. It's just kind of hard. I found out she's drinking and using and cutting herself, and a lot of it's just I feel like it gets put on me because of just the lifestyle that I've kind of chose. I don't really know if I chose it, but like I definitely made decisions that, I could have ended me up in better places, but yeah. And then when I was like 16, I met this guy, and he's older, and I thought it was gonna be all, and he's used, and before I knew it, I was homeless. I had nowhere to go, and I was stuck with like an abusive, not so great person, and things just kind of tumbled from there.
From the time you were 16,
Yeah.
that boyfriend.
Yeah, I've been like in and out of treatment like four times since I was like 16, and like.
And how old are you now?
23. And I don't know, I keep on trying to make these efforts to like get my life together because I don't want her to worry, and like a lot of the times it's like I get out and it's like I go back to the same thing every time because I don't really know anything different.
Why do you think that is? Like, is it because you're not housed when you live?
Housing has a big part to do with it. Like, when it's like, how am I supposed to get up and go to work and get a normal job when it's like, literally some nights I'm like by myself and I get so scared that I'm just like awake all night, or like freezing, or just like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, when you don't have a stable place to go back to every day and know where you're going to be for the night, it's kind of hard to be able to wake up for a job the next day.
If you could design a treatment program, what would it look like?
It would be like a residential treatment type place. You would be like slowly like get your freedoms and not too fast. It would help you with like your family. It'd give you like stable housing after.
Like a little bit less rigid.
Yeah.
I just hear the story over. It's just like a revolving door, and they're almost set up for failure because those treatment centers only have less than a 10% recovery rate.
Yeah.
Not even, I don't think.
No, not even.
Not even that.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, she uses drugs, so it's just like you get looked down upon, like you're less than, you're not as, like they're not as important because as a lot of people feel like, oh, well, you make the decision to do this every day, so you're choosing this life for yourself, and it's not the case.
I'm not sure what you're using, but if you end up getting into that cycle of dope sickness.
Yeah, I get dope sick and I wake up and it's just like I have to figure out how to just not be sick enough to get through the day every day. And it's a struggle.
Are you with the Safer team?
Not right now, no.
Have they approached you?
No.
Are you?
I've wondered who they are in that and gotten a smoke from them from time to time, but no one's really ever.
I don't want to should on you, but I would highly recommend you talk to them.
Yeah.
Because they have Safer Supply. I think they're really good people and they can really help you.
Yeah.
And it might open up other doors.
A lot of those people too have been through it themselves, so they know kind of what it's like. I've had outreach workers and youth workers that have really made a difference in my life, when it's just like even picking me up and like taking me out to get groceries and not like preaching to me about anything, but just talking to me, and it's really made a difference.
I think that orange backpack team is very good too.
Yeah.
See them coming through? Do you talk to
Oh
them?
yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah, they come and check on me. So they're cool.
This is your blue sky question. What would your dream be for your life? No restrictions.
No restrictions. I have a family. I'd be like giving back and like just like helping like youth and like people that were in my position. I would probably like start like some type of like, I don't know, like small like recovery house where people could live there and just use if they wanted to, but like still be supported if they needed it.
I want to help you with that dream. That's a great dream. And do you have anything else you want to say?
Not really. I just think it's kind of cool that, like someone's out here like trying to like, so people feel heard. Like, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
It needs to be your voice.
Yeah.
So that people that don't understand the unhoused can actually hear the stories straight from your mouth. Thank you, Jess.
Yeah.